Hello everyone. Today let me start ecosystem for class 8 chapter number 4. So currently I am using the Selena Concise book. So if you are in ICSE syllabus and if you are in other books, you can also watch this video. So syllabus, what we are going to discuss today is understanding ecosystem, definition, interaction between biotic and abiotic factors. Biotic components consisting of producers, consumers, decomposers, meaning of food chain, food web and pyramid of numbers. We are going to discuss the meaning of food chain. In later videos, we are going to discuss food web, food pyramid and two-year in later videos. In this part, let me discuss two-year only. Let me begin the class. So we see around us vast variety of organisms living in various types of condition on land and in water. So there are many animals which are living in land and which are living in water too. There are large agriculture fields, right? Big orchards, forests, ponds, lakes, rivers, seas, oceans, etc. Right? These many things are there. And there are hot desert and snows, cold mountains. All such areas have their distinct characters. So there are hot and dry and cold places. There are different places such as forest, ponds, river, lakes, seas, oceans, etc. In all such areas have their different characters, distinctive characters, means different characters of life. All the plant and animals are adapted to live only in their respective type of geographical areas. So, will dog can live in cold mountains? No. So that only all plants and animals have adapted. Adapted means they are suitable to live in their respective, means in a particular type of geographical areas. Now let me discuss the definition of ecosystem. What is ecosystem? Ecosystem is a self-contained area, okay, composed of different organisms living in it. Okay, it is a self-contained, very important keyword here. Self-contained area composed of different organisms living in it, okay, and interacting with each other as well as interacting with physical conditions. What are physical conditions? Sunlight, air, water, climate, and prevailing in areas, etc. Prevailing in the areas. This is the definition of ecosystem. Read it, write 2 to 3 times, biot it. So, literally, the ecosystem is derived from a Greek word known as okos, which means house. Okay, a dwelling place with the inhabitants living together and interacting with each other, and also with their physical environment in different ways. What are the physical environment? I have said in definition of ecosystem such as sunlight, air, water, climate factors, okay, soil. These are the physical environment. The interaction is primarily for food. Why they will interact? For food. For food they will interact. Eat and be eaten. Okay. For why they will interact? For eating and be eaten. To understand it better, let me take an example of forest. So this example is very much better for understanding this, that is eat and be eaten. Okay. So let me take forest ecosystem. In forest, like any other ecosystem, the general chains of relationship among the organism is same. I.e. food producers, the plant. Who are the food producers? The plant. Plants can prepare own food with themselves only, okay, without taking help of others. And food consumer. Who are the food consumers? Animals. or food consumers. They depend upon each other. So forests are the large areas of land with dense growth of trees and large variety of shrubs, bushes and grasses. All these plants produce their own food, though photosynthesis, and are therefore categorized as self-food producers, more technically known as autotrophs. So in our lower classes we also know that all plants can prepare own food by the process called as photosynthesis. So they can prepare its own food. They are known as autotrophs. Autotrophs are those which can prepare their own food. Next, there are plant-eating animals. Okay, what are the plant-eating animals? In 3rd standard, in 4th standard, you have read, right? That is herbivorous. Herbivorous are plant-eating animals, such as deer, rabbits, pigeons, parrots, or even insects like grasshoppers, crickets, butterfly, bees, etc. They all eat the plant directly or eat their fruits, right? Flowers, etc. or even the stalk of the plant juices. All such animals are ranked as primary consumers. What are primary consumers? One more question, answer it fastly. Yes, primary consumers are those which eats plant product, which plant eating animals are known as primary consumers. Examples, all herbivorous such as butterfly, crickets, bees, grasshoppers, rabbit, deers, pigeons, parrots, etc. You can answer more. So there is one food chain. I'm going to explain by using that. Simply you read, okay? So next to the primary consumers, they are animal like tigers, lion, wolf, lizards, snakes, some birds which capture the herbivorous and eat their flesh. So what happened? So next to the primary consumers are animals such as tiger, lion, wolf, lizard, snakes, some birds. What they will do means they're going to capture these primary consumers and they're going to eat that. Okay, so that type is known as the secondary consumers. So that is known as the carnivorous. So what happened? I'm going to explain secondary consumers. Secondary consumers are those which eats the primary consumers. Means primary consumers are herbivorous, right? Which eats primary consumers eat plant. And what happened? Secondary consumers will come and they're going to eat these primary consumers. And that types is known as the carnivorous. Carnivorous are those which eats primary consumers. So see this example. If you see this example, you're going to understand it better. So see, I'm going to explain. So what happened now? In forest, there is one possibility. So what happened? So here plant is there. Plant. Grasshopper eats the plant. So grasshopper is known as the grass. Grass is a producer. Grass is nothing but plant. And grasshopper eats these plant. So grasshopper is what? Grasshopper is primary consumers. And grasshopper is again eaten by frog. What is this frog? Frog is a secondary consumer. Did you understand this? I'm going to explain again. See. So only plant can produce food. That is grass. Grass is a producer which produces the food. After that, grasshopper eats. So that is known as the primary consumer. And again frog eats the grasshopper. See, frog eats grasshopper. Frog is known as secondary consumer. And again frog is eaten by snake. The snake is tertiary consumer. Again snake is eaten by peacock. And again peacock belong to another family, another category. Okay, all such food levels is known as the trophic levels. Understand peoples? What is that? And what is that example gave? Grass. Grass is what? Producer. Grass is eaten by grasshopper. Grasshopper is a primary consumer. And again grasshopper is eaten by frog. Frog is a secondary consumer. And again frog is eaten by snake. Snake is a tertiary consumer. Again, snake is eaten by peacock or eagle. Eagle or peacock is known as which belong to another family. They have not given that out of syllabus. Okay, like that only. All such food levels are known as trophic levels. Okay, eating the dead. So peoples, all the different trophic levels, animal die due to the reason of one or another. All animals die due to the reason of one or another. If the body of the dead is not eaten, okay, they will be preferring flesh, eaten scavengers. So what happened? So all the animals, including humans also, die. Okay. So what happened? If it is not eaten by some other animals, they are going. The planet will be buffering, like smell. Okay. So that's why scavengers are those who will eat the dead animals. Eating of the dead are known as scavengers. Who will eat the dead and make our earth clean. Okay. If it is not eaten by scavengers, earth will be soiled and the ecosystem will be spoiled. The dead material is further broken down by bacteria. After eating of scavengers, some more fleshes will be down. So again it is eaten by bacteria and fungi in the soil, thus helping in the retention of nutrition back into the soil for the plant growth. So thus the forest or in the any other ecosystem, the chain of the types of the food obtained can be follows. So again, to understand you better, they've given another one, okay, food chain. Same like we have explained grass producer, okay, like that only. So see here, again producers. Who are the producers? Only and only plants, green plants. Okay, plants are producers. It may be grass plant, any plant. It can be, they are only the producers. Okay, and next is primary consumers. What are primary consumers? Which eat plants. That is herbivorous. Give one example first. Give me one example except grasshopper. I know everyone is saying grasshopper. No. Another example. Okay, you give rabbit. Rabbit. Next is after primary consumer, secondary consumer. Give an example of secondary consumers. What are secondary consumers which eat the primary consumer? What it is? Rabbit? Owl. Owl eat rabbit. Right. So now give me the ternary consumers. I'm going to explain again because just only I explained. Ternary consumers are those who eat secondary consumer. Give an example. Yes, that is eagle. Okay, these are the levels. Understand it? Producers are only green plants. Who eats the green plants are known as primary consumers. That are only herbivorous. Who eats the primary consumer are known as secondary consumers. They are only carnivorous. Who eats the secondary consumers are ternary consumers. They are also carnivorous. Okay. Next is components of ecosystem. What are the components? What are there in the ecosystem is very important. There are two components. Name it: living component, non-living or dead components. Living components are known as biotic components. Non-living is known as the abiotic components. Name some living components first. Name me some living components, children. Yes, living components such as rabbit, animals such as deer, tigers. Name some abiotic components first. I want that. Abiotic components. I'm going to give you some time. Yes, children. That is sunlight, air, water, soil. These are known as abiotic components that are non-living. Biotic, living components. Abiotic, non-living components. Understand it, children. It is very important. In future, if you become a biologist, very important. You should understand these food chains. If you want to become doctor, you should understand this. The biotic or living components of an ecosystem consist of following sequence of trophic or that is food levels. So biotic components means living components contain some food levels. Okay. Trophic level means green plants. So like this only. See, this is known as the trophic level 1, this is trophic level 2, this is trophic level 3, this is trophic level 4. That's all they given. But I'm going to explain. I'm not going to neglect. Trophic level 1 consists of green plants, consisting of trees, bushes, and they are starting point of the nourishment chain for all the living life in ecosystem. They are the producers of the food, though photosynthesis, thus categorized as self-food producers, that are autotrophs. Okay. Next is trophic level 2. What is trophic level 2? See here. Trophic level 2 or who eats plant? That is primary consumers. I wrote trophic level 2. See here. Trophic level 2. They are the vast variety of animals such as deers, rabbit, rats, pigeons, parrot, grasshoppers, bees, etc. They are directly eat the plant. Or the parts of the plant such as fruits, flowers, seeds. Means that is simply that they will eat the plant. That are known as the trophic level 2. Okay, that is primary consumers. Okay. Next is trophic level 3. Okay, this is producers versus consumers. What are producers? Who prepare food. What are consumers? Who eats the producers are known as the consumers. That's all they are given here. Read it once. Next is trophic level 3, that is flesh eating animals, carnivorous. So see here children. So I have told that who eats animals is known as the primary consumer. They are categorized in the second trophic level. Who eats these primary consumers, they are categorized as third level. I already told that. So they are known as trophic level 3. Okay, that is flesh eating animals. They are known as secondary consumers. Okay, these are the animals which capture the prey. Okay, some herbivores such as rats and eat it. Example: tigers, wolf, snakes, lizards, birds. Explained in this part only. They are again repeated. Okay, eating the primary consumers. See, I have explained that who eats the primary consumers, that is secondary consumers. It is also known as trophic level 3. Okay, trophic level 3 means secondary consumers. Next is trophic level 4. What is trophic level 4? See, this is the trophic level 4. That is tertiary consumer. Who eats the secondary consumer are known as tertiary consumer. They are also known as trophic level 4 or trophic level 4. So see children, second rank flesh eaters. Peacock can be a good example for third rank consumers. Its food chain sequence can be as follows. So see here, plant. Again they have explained. Plant is a producer. Only plant can be a producer. Okay, and rat eats this plant, that is known as the primary consumer. Again snake eats that rat, that is the secondary. Peacock eats that snake, that is tertiary. Okay, now let me put it in the trophic levels. Plant is trophic level 1, rat is trophic level 2, snake is trophic level 3, peacock is trophic level 4. Trophic level 4. Understand children? Good, very good. So I'm going to give homework. Okay, you should pakka write that. Okay. Organisms that feed on the dead materials of the organisms occupying the above 4 trophic levels, they can be further divided into scavengers, retrievers and decomposers. Scavengers feeds on the dead animals and plants materials such as vultures, kites, crows or some insects are known as the scavengers. Retrievers such as earthworms, millipedes, slugs, etc. feed on the detritus or decomposing plants and animals parts as well as faces, while decomposers obtain the nourishment from obtaining nutrients that result from breaking down of dead organic matters. Bacteria, fungi and protista fall under the category of decomposers as they are unable to indigest the dead material directly. I'm going to explain again. I know you didn't understand that. So what happened now? Scavengers feeds on the dead animals. Okay, feeds on the dead animals such as vultures, kites and detritivores such as earthworms. Okay, so these earthworms, millipedes feeds on the decomposing matters of the plant. Okay, and decomposers. What are decomposers? Decomposers. So they obtain the nutrition by observing the nutrition from the result of breaking down of dead organic matter. If the dead is there, they're going to observe the nutrition from the dead, from the breaking down of dead matters. Okay. Examples are bacteria, fungi, protista, okay, are the decomposers. So they are absorbed because they are unable to digest. So they will absorb the nutrition from already breaking down of dead animals. Okay. Now abiotic components. What are abiotic components? Sunlight, air, water, temperature, soil. These are the abiotic components, which are dead components and which are very essential for living things. I'm going to explain, I think the video is longer, and I'm going to explain abiotic components in the next video, children. Okay, children. So watch the next video. I'm going to explain abiotic components. Okay. Thank you so much, and like, share and subscribe. Okay. Remember, I'm going to give homework now. So your homework is